Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where we target around 200 Pact Shards. Alright, we're back at it again. Let's get into things. Having a very interesting set of weather conditions this week. Have a winter. I found the first snow of the season 2 days ago, and we're having a quote unquote winter storm coming up tomorrow, tonight, something like that. So, of course, I live in a state in the United States that has no idea what it's doing when it comes to snow because there's just enough that it's something that happens every year, but it's just not enough that no one is actually competent in handling the snow and no one is prepared for it. So inevitably what happens is every single grocery store gets permanently sold out of everything for 2 whole weeks leading up to a storm. The storm is a nothing burger of a storm and everyone goes, "Wow, that was fine. Why'd I buy 5 million of every item in the grocery store?" And yeah, here we go. And so that's just how it is. It's wild. Anyway, the first time the snow landed, my plan was I went outside and just swept our porch because I love the snow and I don't get to see enough of it. And I got to be a little polar bear rolling around and having a good time for a little bit there. So, good stuff. And now I'm playing Monster Train. What did we do last time? Last time was Little Fade, so that means today is Echo Right. Cool, sounds good to me. What did we do? What was that run? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've recorded. I suppose it was Eternal Flame 2, and we did have a Firelight dip, actually, with quad drafts with plus 25 and multi-strike. One did end up getting quick as well. There was a beefy draft-infused Lady of the Reformed as well, and Wickless Tycoon actually made it to the end and farmed us tons of cash, so that's great. And we did have a Waxer Snuffer, so with Lost Luggage, so we were fairly consistent as far as runs like this go, even though I was using drafts as my units. So, good stuff. And now we play Echo Right. Oh boy. Alright, well, as always, do like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's click the buttons. Playing Monster Train. Let's do it. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I am doing just fine. I'm getting ready for that snowstorm, as I mentioned. Getting ready, quote unquote. Really, that just means it arrives in like 9 hours and I'm doing nothing to prepare for it. But mental preparedness, right? That's what matters. Anyway, today we are Exile Wurmkin default Stygian, which is a fine combo as long as we get things that play nice. We can go into Inspire triggers pretty comfortably. Yeah, nothing really remarkable. It's good magic power setup at least, so that's nice. We're facing Double Barrel Daedalus, Rage Fell, Diligent Seraph. I think we're good on Diligent. I don't fear him here. Yeah, that's fair. Hostingkin, Flash Freeze, Soul Crushing Guilt. Sure, these are all great. We have a ton of pings, actually. And some baked-in consumes are pretty good. The last few times I've played Echo Right, I haven't found Marsh Lord, so I'd kind of like to see Marsh Lord if we can get it. We'll see. Temples today are 2, 3, 5, and 8, so 4 temples. Cool. Dupe on 8 is Steel Side. Sure, nothing special here. Steel and Magic on 7. Magic has the Vortex and the Cave. That's nice. We like that. Steel Side's whatever. Nothing good here, really. There is a Magic Shop with Vortex as well on 6, so 2 good Magic Shops. There's a Trinket Shop competing with it, which is not bad, but it has a Cave and a Horde in the middle. Sure, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff we can pick up here with the Wurmkin setup, but it depends on what we roll into, right? Alright. Let's see. Ring 5 has Random Hellvent with a Cave. Sure. It's a Steel Shop. Trying to think. No magic here, but we had 2 good magics. Sure, that makes sense. Nothing special at the Steel side. We do have a Stygian Banner Vortex Horde on 4, which is pretty darn good, actually. Competing with a Magic Shop means we get double steals in the early game. There are 2 Wurmkin banners, so I could see this being a Wurmkin run, all things told. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Look at the Horde, see what we get. Encased Divinity, always nice, but I am going to take Serrated Mandibles because it's actually just completely cracked. It's so good. This has saved my run more times than I think any other relic. And yeah, we get Marsh Lord. Great, I'm going to click that because that sounds nice. Maybe we get double eggs here and that would be cool. I think we have plenty of cards. The Mark of Invasion doesn't concern me. We have so many things that can deal with these and dispatch them. Sure. We go Train Steward, Echo Right, double ping upstairs. Great news. I want to get the purples up there, so it's important. Let me go ahead and hit that the hosting kin upstairs because it's an etch. I will ping 1. This clears the floor. I'm going to greed for cash, which does mean we don't get a hatch here, but maybe I draw hosting kin and it works out. I don't, but that's fine. We hatch out of this and manage to kill the floor anyway, so that's good. If I get a ping, we're golden. Alright, cool. We're out. Good. Blast the guy downstairs. There's no reason to etch up top. Continue just making big numbers, and we're fine. There's no way this can go wrong. We'll hit the boss because these reap charges are super worth it. Cool. Doesn't even hit me, actually, because I have a soul-crushing guild, so that's good for me. We get everything. Fantastic. Bounding Echoes is itself a purple creator and an etch. It's not purple on its own, but that's okay. Echo Transfer's fantastic, but I think Bounding Echoes is stronger here, so I'll click it. Crypt Builder. Sure, I'll take a Crypt Builder because I can take a Tenon Piercing, a -2, something along those lines. I'm going to chase this Wurmkin banner. Give me an egg, please. Oh my gosh, multi-strike, what year is it? I guess Shard Soul Carver is viable here, right? He fits. Multi-strike, it's better than... Is it better than Kinhost Vessel? I think so. Right, I think so. Whoever I take here is basically the play is the thing. Shard Soul Carver is more immediately online. I'm going to go with this here. I think that's fine. We don't have to lean into an Endless Egg, right? If the Endless were in front, I would think about this differently, but the fact that there's a multi-strike on top really leans me towards this. Plus 30. I mean, I guess I'll pump this Crypt Builder. Sure, make big number. This Purge I don't think we have a good use for. I need to make sure I'm hitting 200 here. That is something to keep in mind. I don't want to get rid of any of these cards. Do I have to do a Garbo Infusion here? I don't have to, so I'm going to skip at this stage. There's nothing on this reroll I would take. I'd look for another multi-strike if they're going to offer it to me. So, and I will check it out, because I have a unit here. There's no unit draft. Do I need that Wurmkin banner? We'll see, I suppose. It partially depends on how well this goes, right? Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to blast downstairs, and then we'll self-ping upstairs. That's okay. The Bounding Echoes is your friend. We'll ping 1. We'll ping 2. I do hatch the egg here, which is fantastic. I'm just going to blow up top floor? Sure, right? Sure. There's other ways I could have done that, but this is fine. This way I can avoid some hits here. That's fine. I'm going to take out a guy downstairs and get some Frostbite down as well. We look like we're super winning, so I'm not afraid of any of this. Right? That's fine. Cool. Blast the guy, sure. We get out of this. Not worried. Shard Soul Carver. Even though I can't inspire at all on this floor on the final turn, we get out because of Shard Soul Carver anyway, so no big deal. Alright, so we take nothing. Purple Bounding Echoes. Yeah, I mean, of course. Sure. Ice Tornado. Skip this. I don't want that garbage. We have a lot of money. Steel Shop would be nice. Infusion could be nice. I could always look for a Stygian banner. I'm going to go left. I think this is a good Steel Shop to look at. Quick. Incant Armor 2. We'll see. I'll spend that. Large stone. Well, I guess I'll incant armor 2 here. I guess this is fine, right? Yeah, this is fine. It's not ideal. I would have taken a second multi-strike, but whatever. Give me a tiny stone. No? Alright, well in that case I'm going to take Petrified Skull. That makes a lot more sense than the alternatives here. Spell Chain, I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively toss that into a Petrified Skull. That's pretty cool. Intrinsic. Now, intrinsic bounding echoes, we can potentially hatch our egg-like stat. I'm a big fan of this. I still don't have a good infusion. I think we need to start working on a good infusion. I need to do something. 10, 25, 40. I can get 140 if I skip this infusion. So I do have to do a self-infused Train Steward here to keep on par. This is, of course, I could dupe later or something like that to make up for it, but this is fine. Sure, why not? Let's move on. I was hoping for a tiny stone or anything. Petrified Crucible, you know what I mean. Petrified Skull is good, though. I like that quite a bit. Alright, so the angle here is I need to get my guys landed. Well, actually, we get more value if I Bounding Echoes 1 first, then drop them in, then Bounding Echoes again, and we immediately hatch, which is pretty compelling, so that's good. I am going to double Frozen Lands to get rid of the, what's it called, the bomb there, because that potentially puts a lot of damage into us. We're just going to blast enemies to the best of our ability, I think. Good. We get rid of Big Scary Man on middle as well. Thank you, Serrated Mandibles. Extremely cool. I will stop the overlap on next floor. Work on middle guy here. I think that's fine. Alright. This is a dicey floor. I'm going to stop the bomb here because it's super... I can actually just kill this guy, which is 100% the plan. Yeah, great. Saves so much health on the floor. Now, this all, of course, overlaps, but it's not that big of a deal to me. We can stop damage coming in. I'll go ahead and Frostbite the boss. Sure, why not? We get out. Good enough. Alright. Great. Purple's where we can use them. Play everything else. It's fine. We win in the back regardless of how anything else goes, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Good. Great. Alright, now... the only thought then becomes I need a good infusion for this lad. Echoes of the Past is pretty strong. I will take that, I'm pretty sure. Spike of the Stygian is also quite viable. I like Echoes of the Past here. I'm going to take that. A lot of good choices there. I mean, self-infused Carver is fine, right? It's fine, but I have to take space for it. I don't want... Ugh. What if I go to the Stygian banner instead? But the problem is, what can this show me? It's what? Siren of the Sea? Nameless Siren is too slow? It's just Siren of the Sea. It's not particularly good. So I think we shouldn't ignore this. I really do not want to take anything that forces me to take space, unfortunately. There's not many options. I guess we'll take the Bog Chrysalis. Is that actually any good? The problem is, the guys that get summoned don't scale. They don't really do anything, and they die in one turn on the Divinity, so it's really pointless. This has value on, like, Corruptor lines, where you're getting the scaling from Corruptor, or potentially even on, like, little Fade runs sometimes, but I don't think this is it. Now, I mean, we have a fully upgraded dude. The problem is we could hard pivot, but I have him fully upgraded, so I'm feeling pretty good about him. I Guess I would rather, I'll be honest, a Train Steward infusion is maybe more attractive than this. Huh. I don't know. It's tricky. There are pretty much no good shark choices. I guess let's skip. I want to look at the Stygian banner. None of these really make me feel excited. These do not spark joy, is the way I would describe it. I am going to just draw cards here. I think it's okay for the time being. We can answer other questions later. I will go to the right on this one. Look at the Horde. Vapor Funnel, Concussive Coals. Practically speaking, I think Concussive Coals is the take. It prevents some of these curse enemies from being a problem. Vapor Funnel is good, but, you know, fair enough. Alright, well, we get Cold Kalia, which is not great, but I guess it's something. The problem is I can't really sit on this. What if I just do a Train Steward infusion? Like, legitimately. Maybe I'll see Guardian Stone or something. I don't know. These all are bad. I'm going to skip that. We have to take everything. I am removing the Train Steward that I've already infused. Good. I'm going to actually get rid of a Flash Freeze because it's not purple. And I guess we go Marsh Lord too, right? There's no reason to repeater here, so sure, we'll go Big Egg. This is kind of a little disappointing, but fine. Take this trial, it doesn't threaten me, it's just infiltration, so whatever, half of them get dazed. Anyway, Carver. We land the guy, I'm going to go ahead, we hit that Bounding Echoes. I wish to stop the overlap here, because it will cause mega problems if I let these overlap. Bounding Echoes. I need to hatch here. So I don't get it unless I burn my Petrified Skull. This is going to be a rough next turn. We'll see, I suppose. I do get to kill... I can actually kick one of these guys back, which is kind of huge. I actually do successfully kill the whole floor, which is shocking. So that's cool. We caught up there. I want to ping out like this if we can. Okay, we actually killed the big guy. Now, of course, we take 5, but that's still good enough for me. I'm happy with that. $60 coming in, and then some hits in the back. If I push the Crypt Builder, do I kill him? We're doing 60 plus 68. It's 108. So it's, what, 160 something or other? I actually just think the pings are going to be stronger. Unfortunately, the way the Reap panned out, we take 1 hit, but it's alright. Frozen Lance, Echoes of the Past. Alright, we have enough damage and survivability to live. Good job. It doesn't look good. I mean, if we daze him, it actually looks a lot better, so that's nice. 3 turns of daze swings this in a big way, which is good. Alright, 16 damage taken. It certainly could have been worse. Forced Contamination. We have a Trample coming up, so we will take this preemptively. Purple, Unnamed Tome, absolutely. There's a Titan's Tooth that was a little bit attractive there, but that's okay. Get Hope for Peace. Steel Shop, I don't think so. I think this might be the Hell Vent. I think it's Hellvent. -2. Sure, right? Sure, we'll make big thing. I do have to purge something now, so I guess we get to decide what that is. Don't really know. Am I going to hold off on... Yeah, well, I guess we'll do the Train Steward first. Get that out of here. I'll look at the cave. Maybe there's an overstack or something. There's not. A rare pack? I think the pick is probably... There's a lot of decent stuff here, right? Dark Deal and Rare Hellhorned. You could potentially Transcend Imp, which would be funny. Transcend Imp spawns an Echo Right, a egg, which is incredibly amusing, but not really viable in any meaningful way. Awoken is fine. I'll take Awoken. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Channel Song is okay. Wildwood Tome, I think, is the pick here. I like the quick applied via a card. That's nice. Now, as far as dupes go, I actually think it might just be this Crypt Builder. Or it is the Petrified Skull, just completely Merca dude. I think it actually is Petrified Skull, being honest with you. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Now, am I missing something? I have to take this Purge? Sure. Okay, fine. I do have to take a Purge. I suppose I'll take a burn on... I mean, it's not Echo Break, so it's going to be Frozen Lance, I suppose. Consume cards are too good, so sure. Alright, we did it. Moving on. It's a good dupe. I like it. I could take these. I have a Quick Tome now, which is exciting. So most of these aren't actually going to threaten me. You don't really have a choice. The question you have to ask yourself is, do I put Carver in front? Maybe. Maybe. I'm going to do it. I think it's good here. I then ping one dude out. I'm then going to get plus 12 upstairs. I think it's good to do. I blast one of these guys with a Hosting Kin, actually, because of the shell -2. We burn another one. This hatches. I'm just going to straight up Petrified Skull one of these guys. Get rid of him. And then we're going to take out the dude on bottom floor as well. Just get rid of them. Seems like a good strategy to me. Right? Next floor, sure, I'll blow one up. I'm going to then... I'm upstairs. I'm pinging out another one here. I'm going to save this other skull for another dangerous turn. We'll eventually see this Quick Tome. Eventually, we'll see the Quick Tome, Monster Train. I think we have to now. Alright, we did it. We have to now. Wildwood Tome lands. Interesting. I don't think I want to take this hit, so I am going to Petrified Skull the big man on middle. I think that has to happen. I'm going to go ahead and Unnamed Tome upstairs here. And then we, I guess, get a plus 42 here. We still take the 42 damage, unfortunately. But that's fine. We blast one guy. This saves us everything here. Great. I guess I could... Frozen Lance, Echo Break, Force Contamination, which will provide value. That adds a lot of damage, so... And then we can daze him, and that's... I mean, we have it now, right? Meow. You heard him. Yeah, we get out. Good job. That does a lot of work. So, I like him in front because of the in-camp, but it is a risk. Broken Memories is a pick here, for sure. We have plays, we benefit from this. Glacial Seal Infusion. Is it his time? Please don't make me take this. Monster Train, you can't make me take this. What am I at? 145, 160, 175. I don't need it. Just dupe another Petrified Skull. It's fine. Get me out of here. Preserve is not terrible. I'm going to actually take that card here. Now, is it time for the Trinket Shop? I have over 1,000 gold. I think it is. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of good stuff potentially here. Take the Horde in the middle for sure. Lightstone Casing. Interesting. We could just Golden Vault here as well. Alternatively, Totem Fragment is a pretty surefire way to get some impact out of things like this Crypt Builder. I might take the Totem Fragment, and I did. Let's go to the cave, check it out. Ember Stasis, it's value. Penitent Remains, it adds up. That's good numbers for my egg that gets summoned. It's not an endless egg run, sadly, but it's still pretty good. I kind of like the Ember Stasis, though. I'm going to take this. I think we can do it. Okay. And then I don't want Pyro Wall, Boon of the Blacksmith, or Tethys' Scales. Tethys' Scales might actually... I'm going to grab that. Give me that. That seems good. Sigiled Seaweed, Echo Seedling. These are all just like snaps here. I'm going to go ahead and purge the Train Steward that is a Train Steward. And I think we move on from here. Picked up 3 decent relics. We've got all the spell weakness in the game for that it's available to us. So I'm very strongly incentivized towards duping this Crypt Builder when we can. I'm going to try putting him in front again. It just seems good to do. It's a lot of damage. Oh, spell weakness, right. I was like, what is this? Let's go ahead and pump these numbers up. And then I will put a plus 36. I'm actually going to put this in the Kinhost Pupa here. Right? Because he's protected, I think. So we'll give him the quick. Preserve the calcified ember here. Could just clear out one of these, right? Do some work. Yeah, sure. Seems good. Hold on to this. Holding that preserved this calcified ember so I can play it out. Alright, we're not playing it out quite yet. Blasting here. Kill this guy in back. I want to stop that damage. Frozen Lands, of course. Numbers and things. We push some to the boss. Not a lot, but some. It's only, what, like 200? It's not bad. I blow one of these dudes up. Great news, which lets me freely blast one of these calcified embers out. I can then come back upstairs and Broken Memories back the very petrified skull that I was just destroying. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 on bottom floor man as well. We don't have to worry about stuff. Just play the Unnamed Tome. Alright. We're doing good, is where we're at. Bounding Echoes. We are going to blow up a man downstairs. Actually going to blow up all the men downstairs. Seems good. Sure, why not? And then we'll force contamination the boss. The rest of this is all upstairs stuff. Alright, yeah, come upstairs. Yes, do the thing. I'm going to blast one of you, and then we simply pop numbers here. Yeah, great. Wonderful. 520. Now we for sure win this fight, having pushed that much. I can also freely tap out the last calcified ember, preserve a petrified skull, and we're out. We're a little energy hungry, I would say, so that is something to consider as well. Just the tiniest bit energy hungry. It's not, you know, it's not tiny at all, actually. It's a lot of... It's a big amount. Yeah, we're going to buff 96 by 2. Seems good. He pushes it out without taking a hit. We definitely win this combat. Yeah, okay. Do I take Ember here? I might. It's a real possibility. Ice Empire's good. Spike of the Stygian is also good. Unearthed Remains, man, if that was only that was purple, I would take it. Spike of the Stygian, it's not purple, sadly, but I do think Spike of the Stygian is a good card to have here. I actually think it's just Ice Empire, right? I need a better card for future spell upgrades from the Ring 8 Temple, and it's purple. Yeah, we'll take it, sure. I think it's Ember. I'm watching these numbers, and we're struggling to play all of our cards out, and coming up, it's Magic Steel, so we only get 1. I'm going to take the Fell's Remorse here. I think it's right. What do you got? Divine Artifact? I appreciate your 25 gold. Excellent work. Go team. Okay, we get 1 magic shop here. I'm hoping for something good. Divine Horde says, sketches? I mean, it's a little late. And I can't get my egg on the floor, so it kind of sucks. Right? It's not good. sadly. Split Anvil doesn't really answer the mail. Not a lot of things work here. I guess I'll take the guild marker. Sure, it's fine. Vortex, we have some options. I want to hopefully hit Cave upgrade. Okay, build upgrade, sure, sure. I'll take Sap here. Sap damage is excellent. Sap damage money. It's going to be space. It's a really good Olde Magick, man. It's just, I would describe that as an excellent Olde Magick. Oh, and you mean I can hold it over? Great. Well, we've solved Divinity survivability. Inexplicably. No one was expecting this. Certainly least of all me. But I'll take it. A plus 10. No thanks. Spin it. Double stack is excellent. We'll just go ahead and X6 days this boss. That's a really good magic shop for me, huh? It's a really good magic shop. Okay, well that's pretty remarkable actually. I get 2 removals and I should take them. Martial Lord 3. You see, the problem with Repeater here is it doesn't give me Bog Deep Cocoon, which is kind of the whole reason. So, now as far as removals go, I don't know. It could just simply be double Frozen Lances go away. I prefer the Echo Breaks. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really hurt that much. It just means I draw other cards. So we'll move on. That was a really good floor for me, actually. That magic shop was quite nice. Okay. Good turn 1. I think, of course, we play Shard Soul Carver first. The question really just comes down to who's in front. I think you could argue your way into pretty much anything, but I think it's going to be Carver still. We get Abounding Echoes here, which is great. I could have just bombed everything, honestly. It would have been quite amusing. But that's fine. I do think I am going to... Man, it's all Wilt Wings all the way down. It's very funny. Some of them got silenced, which is kind of cool. I guess I just hold on to some of this stuff. Yeah, sure, whatever. I could have hatched the egg, but it's like we're fine. So I would kind of prefer not to do that. Yeah, it's a little tricky, I suppose. Alright, I am blowing a man up upstairs, or bottom, rather. I would very much like that money. Okay. I guess I can daze this guy up here, too, which is... It does prevent the egg from properly hatching. Yeah, nah, we'll chill. I'll take 5, or whatever that number is. Sure. Alright, we're looking decent here. I am absolutely sending a couple of these guys to the Shadow Realm. Which just seems like a good deal to me. Blow up this guy, great work. Blow up, yeah, sure. This guy, great work. It's all just the one friend here, right? Now, who gets this? I'm going to give the Echoes of the Past to the front friend. Seems okay. You could argue one way or the other. I don't actually think there's an easy answer. Man, it looks bad up until the point where you're just like, well, there's only so much can be done. Who has... Okay, we're going to shoot man in front to save 10 health. Fine. Great. We finally get a quick, which is good. Who's going to be quick? It's probably the Bog Deep Cocoon, actually, so that's fine. Our whole goal here is etch like crazy. Blow up anything that is going to provoke retaliation damage from us, like the Wilt Wings, right, that are not silenced. We get to absolutely send this guy, which is pretty cool to me. Our whole goal is big number for the quick lad to crush stuff. Yeah, sure, I guess we'll just blast them. Why not? There's no reason not to. Cool, and now it's Preserve, Soul Crushing Guilt, Blast Friend here, Blast Friend, Unnamed Tome, these Force Contamination downstairs. I spend some upstairs. This is Infused and Consume. Reminder, by the way, that the Purge copies coming out of the spell chain are converted by this into Consume, so we're getting double procs here. I'm just going to blast these guys downstairs. There's nothing else a Petrified Skull would be used on. And we have 6 guaranteed turns in a Relentless, so no fear, as it were. I guess there's really no reason not to 6 days him on this floor. Sure, we'll do it now. I realize I could have gotten one more turn or whatever, but it doesn't actually matter all that much. Shadow Realm this guy for 630, whatever it is. He doesn't even attack, which is kind of wild. So I feel pretty good about the state of our run. I wish Revenge of the Damned here was purple. I would take it if it was. I'm not taking Total Recall. Skip that, unfortunate. Another Name Tome? Sure, right? Sure. Por que no? I already have Ice Empire if I want to put some other spell upgrades in, so Unnamed Tome it is. Alright, great. Okay, we chase the dupe. Because more spells better. Duh? Yeah, alright, sure. We chase the dupe. We can take everything here. We get a plus 30 and a 10 in piercing. Yeah, alright. I mean, this just makes Ice Empire absolutely crazy. It's great, in fact. Cool. We'll just load it up. And then probably dupe a spell here, actually. We hit 200, so that's good. We have some cash. Quick. I don't know. I'm not feeling any of these particularly. Some of these are good, right? Base charge, we love that. It lets us play an early... What is it called? Soul Crushing Guilt? Yeah, we do that. Spin this here. Hardened Hull is... It's good because it specifically speeds up the rate at which this guy hatches. Is it worth more than a removal? That's a good question. Let's think about Diligent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9... 13, 17, yes, 21, we can go higher if we want skulls to count, 24, 25, 20, we have so many, I'm not afraid of Diligent. A fun fact, by the way, Frozen Lance with Purge and Removal, I always flake about this, when you have Hope for Peace, it makes it consume, so I just have a free Frozen Lance that's never going away right now, which is highly entertaining to me. So there's that, I guess. Is Hardened Hull worth more than a removal? I don't actually know. I think we're going to just cut a Frozen Lance here. I'll leave the other one in because it is a consumer, which is great. I like that. I do need to make sure I actually, you know, solve the problem of generating echoes. Crypt Builder is good, but I think the answer is Ice Empire. It pierces through a lot of very scary things. They both suffer the same problems. Quote-unquote problems. We're playing top anyway. Yeah, give me this Ice Empire. Let's go. I can't take an infusion, but I actually just don't care, I think. I don't actually think I need to worry about this. I'm going to take the Hardened Hull just because it speeds things up, I suppose. That seems fine. Am I discarding anything? No. What do you remove at this point? The other Flash Freeze, actually. Just unironically, this is the worst ping in my deck right now. I have the hyper-powered Olde Magick. So yeah, we'll drop Flash Freeze. Get one more removal. What do you cut here? If you can't think of anything in particular, the answer is always an Echo Break because we have better purple cards to play. And this just improves my redraws, so I'll burn that. We have plenty of cards, and I haven't even accounted for the Echo Seedling cards, so I think we're golden. 215 out of 100, looking good on numbers. Alright, Diligent it is, let's go. Now, Stealth is a question mark that we have to overcome. I think we're overcoming it by sapping the ever-living dust out of him. So there's that. I want to create extra copies of Bounding Echoes here. But I do want to... I get more value putting down the egg first. And then popping this. I wish to slay... Yeah, I want to slay that Purifier. And then we do get to actually just slam some numbers into the boss here, which is pretty good. We want to avoid getting curse locked down if possible. Remembering, consuming cards is good. I want to avoid curses. So we pop curses. I'm going to preserve the Petrified Skull here. I will pump 6 days into the boss. I'll put some more Reap down. Sure. We appreciate these things. Alright, he did get silenced there, which is fantastic. We're just going to go ahead and Wildwood Tome it up here. I get a cool Broken Memories, which I love. We will actually, we'll actually Broken Memories back... It's just a Petrified Skull, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I get to blast one of these guys, which is cool. Remember, all consume cards on this floor. Everything got silenced. Excellent. Work on mid-floor then, sure. And then we give him some Echoes of the Past, some damage. Save this consume for later. If I ever need something, it's going to be a Bounding Echoes here, for sure. Then we get the Frozen Lance here. I want to generate purples so I can put the Forced Contamination in play. This is a 290 by 2 floor, so let's respect here and pop some of these big men. Great. Okay. He got dazed. That works too. We finally see Olde Magick, which is absolutely insane to me. I'm going to go ahead and Unnamed Tome... What do you burn here? Unnamed Tome upstairs is scaling. We like scaling. Alright, we'll take an Unnamed Tome upstairs. I'm going to start Olde Magicking the boss here. Sap is your friend. We can push to 90 without too much issue. Let's blast the guy here. Play an Ice Empire. Okay, we're holding on to 2 cards. We're doing fine. I do have a Curse Boy I need to think a little bit about. So this Petrified Skull is probably just going into anything that's a 290, so we blast it downstairs. I am going to... I'm actually going to push out the Sap Boy on that floor. Force Contamination here. Send some of these guys to the Absolute Shadow Realm. Generate some purples. We're holding on to the Unnamed Tome. Okay, he's upstairs now. This is actually my Unnamed Tome floor, and it's not particularly close. Simply because it gets me out of the real bad spots here. I'm going to go ahead and continue. 7 days is great. 7 days means that his stealth is now irrelevant, which is fantastic. We get a bigger number in the back. He's 206 by 200, which is very good. Has a trample, has quick. Feeling good about it. We finally get our Bounding Echoes back, so I can preserve the Bounding Echoes. I then get to load up Sap in the boss. So even if this guy does get to hit me, he doesn't really get to do anything cool to me. He's going to hit and do zeros, which are great. Blow this man up in front, all good. Keep sapping him, blow a guy up upstairs. Pretty decent here, I think. We should crush here, right? It's wild to me that we don't just crush, but we come close. The sap does some work. Whew, closer than I think anyone wanted because of the stealth and Daze tick down, right? The Divinity should look a little better than that. Diligent is always dicey, though. It's easy for him to just be, whoops, I killed you. So, fortunately, we're okay. We did draw our Olde Magick very late there. Whereas here I draw it on turn 1, which completely warps the way we experience this combat. Fantastic news. Let's drop the lads in. We get our Bounding Echoes here. With this target, I actually don't mind just slamming out these Echoes right away. Right? It's fine. He'll get sapped down to nothing right quick here, so that's pretty good. Seems good to me. I'll blast him, sure. I'm going to hold on to this unnamed tome here. Alright, here we go. We finally get the soul-crushing guilt, which does help a lot. The cool thing is it means I can kind of just blast an enemy here. Which is, you know, good. I'm going to go ahead and preserve a petrified skull and pop a damage shield, which I think is super relevant. I would really like to not take 36 damage here, actually, if at all physically possible. Really bad roll on Sigiled Seaweed here. We didn't catch any of these guys, so I do need to make sure I unnamed tome that. I think I'm actually just going to... We have the quick. I'm going to go ahead and save like 30 health here on this. It's fine. And I think I'm going to just remove the Dark Wings downstairs. And then we get some scaling up top, and that's okay. Sure. So we only take 10 to the front. Fine. Now we did silence chains there, so that's actually huge. Send a guy to the abyss right quick. We want to open this up, blast this, and then yeah, the force contamination here sends everything to heck, right? It's just gone. Seems decent. Cool, right? Do I need this unnamed tome for anything? There's another one coming up. I'm just going to play this while I can. Save 5 health. Push some more numbers. Yeah, Silence doing excellent work here. Bounding Echoes. Time. We just blow one of these guys up straight away. I will just kill the mini-boss because I don't feel like looking at him. It really is that simple. I'll save the other one. Although I do have a broken memory somewhere. So, there it is. So I can bring one back and guarantee it for the right turn. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Just blow them up. Good stuff. How'd this bottom floor do? Not great. Not great. Now I can do Olde Magick pop here. Broken memories. We bring back the purple petrified skull because it's good. Mid-floor is pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and keep shooting upstairs. We want that scaling. I could push more numbers to the boss, but I actually think we want to Crypt Builder middle. I'm going to preserve the deadweight so I stop drawing into it. That seems good. And yeah, we see we get the petrified skull and eliminate this guy downstairs, so that's pretty good. I can just absolutely send one guy, kill the other. Now, I will draw the soul-crushing guilt soon. It's true. I will draw it soon. I need to work on this mid-floor, actually. So let's send them a bit, I think. Yep, and then we put all of the Echoes of the Past upstairs here into this. I'm going to hold on to the Unnamed Tome for now. Alright, this is good. Alright, we don't need to do anything up here, so I am just going to push numbers upstairs, I think. Reminder, I do need to play this Soul-Crushing Guilt stat. I'm going to put the Unnamed Tome in for no real reason. Unfortunately, I can't get that Force Contamination in, but it's okay. Alright, Silence downstairs does decent work. Interesting. We have a lot of here. I want to get rid of this curse. The other one's silenced and dazed, so I guess it doesn't really matter. This lets me put the Ice Empire into the boss. We're pushing 500 and something. Only got 2,000 life left. I'm feeling pretty decent about this. We have a killer turn here. And we draw the Force Contamination, so that's pretty great, I think. I could have actually killed that guy if I had wanted to, and then put it on the next friend. But it doesn't really matter, so we're just going to toss that Echoes of the Past and send this quicker. The only damage we take is from the Extinguish on the Wilt Wings and the Shaman, so we're golden here. Full disrespect, we'll just hold on to the Crypt Builder for later. There we go. This guy doesn't stand enough chance. Yeah, the sap ended up not being that critical because of the days that we had, but the ability to focus fire something down like this is actually really good. It's a very good ping. It's probably one of the best pings. I actually think the earlier version of it with money at ring 3 or whatever is stronger, but it's a great card. I love that one. And so, yeah, we absolutely crush here and feel decent. All right, run summary, let's go. 215 shards feels all right. Real winners, I mean, Wurmkin is Wurmkin, right? I think hope for peace and then just not having to think about mini-bosses because you have quad petrified skulls thanks to Spell Chain is fantastic, right? It's just really good. Serrated Mandibles do ridiculous amounts of work. It's just such a good relic. I'm always happy to see it. This can kill bosses, this can kill enemies, this is pings, this can sometimes kill like whole floors. It adds up. And if you ever see this and then Decay Decoy later, you're swimming in free reap. It's awesome. Base charge, good. I actually, huge shout out to the double spell weakness Wurmkin play. This is pretty potent thanks to a variety of things. The holdover Olde Magick actually puts out good numbers when they have 3 spell weakness or whatever. That means they've been taking 120 pings. The Ice Empires are fantastic. And the Crypt Builder is also doing great. A lot of really good spell power. I mean, this basically is like spell weakness Wurmkin, if I was being honest with you. This is like the description of this run. The rest of it is we have Big Eggman doing thing, and then Carver also hitting and doing okay. The Incant Armor 2 ended up paying off here. He's a pretty decent tank when we need it, so that's good. It preserves the worm entirely for Relentless, which is really important, so... But yeah, what a great run. Straightforward, crushed, not too much to worry about, and we're happy to have it. So yeah, I guess I'll let you go there, getting back in the groove of things. So hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.